Yo, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel, man. And today is the day that I'm going to talk about my first impressions and my first 1,000-mile review on having a drag pack. For you guys that don't know, this is my first time ever getting a drag pack installed on this Camaro with my horsepower setup. Yes, it looks stock on the outside, but the motor is not stock on the inside. So with my setup now, I am pushing over like 550 to the wheels here, and this drag pack has really changed some things for me, man. So I'm gonna just give you guys like my initial reason why I decided to get the NITTOs N555R2s. So this tire often get confused with the NITTO G2s, and that is because of the tread wear underneath here. So if you guys got the tread wear, first and foremost underneath here, it looks like the Mickey Thompson's street double S's, but it also has that NITTO G2 based on the middle there of those two bars underneath it. So let me go in a little bit closer so you guys can see what I'm talking about. With those two bars, you would think from afar, if you don't know your tire, that, oh, that looks like a G2, but on the outside that shows you that it's a drag radial. And with this setup, that is what it is. So on the rear here, what I have set up is the stock wheels up front because I haven't got a chance to change the front setup. But on the rear here, I only have a 17 by 10 on the front. We're gonna get to like how close they are. If you look at it here, it is pretty close. I can't get a fingernail or anything underneath there, so it's pretty close, but it's not rubbing. I have tire weights on there, but you see they had to move them kind of like closer to the outside instead of the inside, so it doesn't rub there. But I do have clearance with the 17 by 10. It's close, but this is the smallest wheel. If you guys ever want to run a drag pack on this car, 17 by 10 is the smallest wheel that you can put on this car without doing any type of conversion kit. If people like to run bigger, you would have to swap out the rotors, you would have to remove the brakes, and then you had to go to like a 15-inch conversion kit, which swaps everything out, and then you can run a 15-inch wheel, and then you can run a lot fatter tire. I wouldn't recommend that unless you guys are not like making big horsepower, but we'll say that for another video. This here though, the NITTOs that I have here is a 305/45/17. So we're gonna jump in the car and I'm gonna tell you guys like my first impression of them. I just want to. Okay, so now we're about to go ahead and get our, I don't know, be honest, it's like my third, I'll say like third or fourth drive with this setup. So go ahead and get our first like impressions. This is with you guys because honestly I really haven't paid attention with it, but I'm gonna just tell you like some of the things that I have noticed. Oh crap, like y'all, let's look at this though. Walking to Arizona, y'all, before I get started, like y'all see that there is a wolf like literally crossing as I'm doing this review. Like I can't believe like I'm seeing this right here. First time seeing like a wolf just randomly like just running across here. That is real crazy right there. Never seen that before. So let me go back into setting up this camera and I can get back to that good driving review. Okay, so now that we done dodged that bobcat or wolf or whatever it is, we're gonna talk about the drive with this setup. So I'm gonna just go back like a couple days with you guys when I first got these tires. So when I first driven these tires after the setup, it was pretty cold in the morning, like 50 degrees. One thing I have noticed about getting a drag radial, my very first time with a drag radial on this setup, it likes to sway if the tires is not warmed up. That's something that I have realized, is that if the tires are cold, the car is gonna sway and find every type of groove in the road, kind of like this, for it to like stay straight. Besides that, like after the first like 10 minutes in the drive, like it heats up pretty quickly. That is something I must say about these NITTO R555R2s. I'm gonna call them R2s because it's a lot easier starting. It's a mouthful trying to say 555s, R2s, and all that stuff. So far with this setup, the miles that I have on here, like I told you guys in this review, I only put about 1,000 miles on them. One thing I can say with these tires, the reason why I chose them is for a few reasons. One, it rains here sporadically, so I didn't want to get like a pure bias ply drag radial where it's like a full-blown slick and I'd be like stuck in the rain. I can't really drive this car because then it'll make this car like it's on a real ice. Two, the price. So when you start dropping down to like a 17-inch tire, your wheel options is limited. Either you're going with a NITTO or you're going with a Mickey Thompson. That's pretty much like all that you have on a 17-inch wheel. Like you could go with like all seasons, but who's gonna put an all season on the rear tire? You know what I'm saying? So that is where we at here. So one thing I can say with this tire, with these 17s and with this tire, I can now do pulls in first gear. So I can really start doing my 40 rolls if I want to in first gear, or I really can start doing my 40 rolls in the second gear. Either way it goes, this car is going to hook, and I'm going to show you that. Right now, the car is in, I'm not going to scare that person right there that's getting a draw again. But right now I'm doing 40 miles an hour. And I'm going to wait till I get off this sticky road because I can see this road up here getting paved. Yeah, y'all heard the difference. So this is like this is first gear. So I'm doing 30 miles an hour. I'm gonna let you guys feel like this pool. Before I used to slip. You see that? That is like crazy. That pool is crazy in first gear. Like there's no slipping. There's none of that. It's just hooking and booking. We getting traction and we getting ready for that action. You know what I'm saying? So like that feels really good in first gear. And as y'all can see, I only been driving around for about 15 minutes. 15 minutes and I already have that much traction, which is nice. Nice. So that is a huge improvement over a stock tire, I must say. So like the 200 tread wear tire, they're nice to have, a good track tire. But making this type of horsepower and hooking with like 400 worth of torque, 500 horsepower to the rear wheels, it's phenomenal, man. It's like I can't see myself going back to like an average tire. And when I'm saying average, I'm not knocking like the supercar 3s, or I'm not knocking the Continentals, but they all serve their purpose. And the drag radial in my case serves like the best purpose because I get traction. And that's what's so cool about the R2s. The R2s is the best street drag radial, I would say, so far for hooking. If you want a little bit more traction, I feel like maybe the Mickey Thompsons, that's where they kick in, and that's just about the track. But for me, I want to choose the R2s, and this is where they're a little bit better than the Mickeys, is because one, you can go back and forth to the track, you get a little bit more longevity out the tire, and two, like the price for what you get and the traction depends on wherever you at on the horsepower spectrum. It's a great tire. It's a phenomenal tire, I should say that. It's better than great, it's phenomenal. And as y'all can see here, I'm doing first gear pulls with you guys, which is crazy. I never had traction in like first or second gear like that. So even if I go into second gear, I'm gonna just turn around and I'm gonna show you guys like the first or second gear pulls. It is crazy. Also, with this new wheel and tire setup, I feel like I'm a little bit intimidated. I'm a little bit intimidating to people because when I had my other car, not too many people would when I had my regular wheels, a lot of people wanted to race me and all that stuff. But now when I had a drag pack on, a lot of people just like don't want to race me. Maybe because they think I got a lot more horsepower than what I do, or something. But yeah, that comes with it. But coming around the corner here, it's crazy how it just pulls. And the reason why y'all see me do that jerk, I have traction control on. Like, I really need to take traction control off, just to give you guys an example, like right there. So all of that you all just seen them last couple pulls, that was with traction control on. And I will get the same results with traction control off, which is nuts. And it doesn't matter what type of pavement you on either. That's what's crazy about it. Let me drop down. Let me drop down real quick. First gear, no traction control. Woohoo! Man, this joint is a dick, and I gotta get out this car, man. This is why I shouldn't got a drag radial. This is why you shouldn't get a drag radial, because it is too much fun to drive this car, man. And it's crazy, like I'm putting like over 500 to the wheel in first gear. So that is phenomenal. So we about to go ahead. I'm about to pull over, and then we're gonna wrap this video up. Okay, y'all, so we are back at the house, man. So we're just gonna wrap this up and just get into it. So the NITTOs, one thing I must say about the NITTOs compared to these tires here. So these are my track tires, and these are the Nanking AR1s. I reviewed these in another video, but these right here, I must say that these NITTO R2s, man, is a phenomenal tire. The price as well. The traction is nice. It's phenomenal. The tire is not noisy. So that's something I must say about these tires. Like, I thought having a drag radial would make the car sound a little bit noisy, but this setup here is not noisy at all. I can't complain about it. Versus coming from these like kind of favor like the, based on the tread pattern, as y'all can see, like the Toyo R888Rs. But these are noisy until you get to like 70 and 80 miles per hour. These, no matter what, low speeds, high speeds, like, they are not noisy at all. And they're phenomenal in the rain to have a drag, for it to be a drag radial, man. So I must say that, man. So that is it. That's my initial like 1,000-mile review on having these NITTO R222s, man. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and don't forget to follow the MOC